Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back here in Auto Alley BMW in EDSA Centris. It's so good to be back again. And you're wondering why am I reviewing a 3 Series again? Because personally, I think I needed to improve the quality of the video. Despite being the most viewed car review on my channel, thank you for all who watched. And now, of course, I'm a bit better equipped now. From before, I only had my Vivo phone and a lapel. That's pretty much it. And also, I didn't drive it that much. I only had one lap around BMW Libis before. I will do also a 5.2i Sport again. For the same reasons, it's one of my first ever car reviews. The quality wasn't good enough. And guys, I know you want me to review a BMW X3. I promise it will come soon. And the BMW X1 again, one of my favorite SUVs because of my father again. Sorry for another time again. So right now, I will show you the exterior of this car. So as before, love the design of this, especially now in this Mediterranean blue. I've never seen one in the flesh. It's always the black or silver one. And what I'll be driving is actually there. It actually looks good in white as well, I have to say. Nice looking chrome here around the kidney grille. At least it doesn't look like the M3 or M4. They're so big. I'm 50-50 with that look. But for the 318i Sport, clean looking design. This vents actually looks fake, but the function. See, you can see the other side from here. You have an all LED affair lights here and here, sensors. And also like before, it has the active arrow. If the engine needs to be cooled down, they will automatically open. If it doesn't need it, it will just shut. And to this day, it's still one of the most aerodynamic cars in its class. Ground clearance of this BMW 318i Sport is 140 millimeters. And also, I will compare this to the Alfa Romeo Giulia because why not? It does compete with it anyway, but since this is the 318i Sport, the most of the comparisons I see in reviews is the 320i Sport, which we don't get here in the Philippines. Yes, despite the power deficit, I will still compare it, but the Alfa Romeo Giulia is already a sub 4 million peso car, and this is the price of the 318i Sport. Very reasonable against the competition. Of course, I can't compare it to the Mercedes C-Class or an Audi A4 because I have never ever driven those cars. Here in the rear of the 318i Sport, you have real exhaust at least. That's a dead insect. Sorry. And yeah, this is the only fake thing I can find with this BMW 318i Sport. There. But that's fine. You have reflectors here. I've seen some owners who just block this out so it gives it more sportier look. Nice brake lights. They stretch all the way here. I know they are pretty bright at night, but I don't have shots. But I've seen in the road, they're quite good. You have your reverse camera here. Sensors here and here. Also, you have the signature BMW Window King here on each side. Let's look at it at the front one more time. Of course, it's not as beautiful as the Alfa, but this one's a really good car as well. So right now, I'll show you the interior. So this is the interior of the BMW 318i Sport. What I missed from before, the ambient light there, where your feet are. But at least you can see it here on the camera, on the dashboard, it's violet. That's so cool. Somewhat same setup like all BMWs now. And like before, the dashboard is more angled to the driver, as you can see. Also, there's a lot of gloss black here and there. Yeah, but this one's not dirty at least. So this must be our fresh unit. You have cup holders in here, one USB port here, one 12-volt socket here, a wireless charging pad. And as I said before, these are probably waterproof. So it's been a while, fine. You still have physical buttons here for your radio. And I haven't demoed before the infotainment system. Here it is. Ooh, it's crisp. That's very good. That's so cool. Until now, this still doesn't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. This is a touchscreen, but you can control it here with a swivel wheel. Still nice. At least it's not as flimsy as the Alfa, as I remember. Oh, Oh, they look different now from before. Yeah. This is an updated system already. I remember this only had like only the power and torque only. Now there is a G meter and a turbo pressure and your oil temperature as well. That's a nice addition. That's very cool. I will leave that setting later. I like that. In the central console, as you said, the swivel rear, we can control some stuff of the infotainment from here. Your auto hold function, your electronic parking brake, the 3 driving modes. I'll demo it again later, but I know it's the same as all the base BMWs. Your electronic stability control, parking sensors, auto start stop function, gear lever, still covered in a gloss back, but it's not too bad. Central glove box. Okay, it's alright. Oh, but it is wide enough at least. You have one USB-C port. There's also a light here, so that's nice. Also here in your steering wheel, you have your cruise control functions, your controls for your phone when you connect it to the infotainment system. You have more adjustments for your lights here on the side, your window switches here, your door handle. Nice touch of the door handle. It's metal. There are just few plastics in here. Most of them are hard but squeegee materials. Same here on top of the dashboard. Not bad. Few gloss black, silver trimming as per usual. Same here. The seats are so nice. They're leather, soft touch. Also, you have a bottle holder and a cubby space on either side. Your boot release is here. Almost missed that. Your visor. No, but oh god, I remembered my old joke. You have a vanity mirror here with a light. Same with the other side. That's cool. Alright, I'll leave it on. Glove box. Decent. Also, you have more light switches here on top. Looks like it's smiling. Of course, you still have the tie support. Just watch out for your crumbs. But it's easy to clean. So that's pretty much here in front. I will show you the back. So this is the back of the 318 iSport. You have net storage on either side. Here in the center, still have 2 air conditioning vents. The controls are here. And 2 USB-C ports. And this has a high transmission tunnel. But it's not as tall as the Alphas, which is somewhat around here. About this taller. And sitting here in the middle. It's alright. Not bad. Kinda eats up a bit of space, but it's not too bad. Knee room, feet room, and headroom is alright. That's my driving position, by the way. It's just so far back. But if we move it forward, like on this side, there. That's a lot. That is a lot. Also, you have a bottle holder and a cubby space on either side. If I sit here in the middle, again, the transmission tunnel is not too wide. It's enough for me, but it might be too wide for some. Also, you have ISOFIX anchor points on either side. You can see the color of the car, the Mediterranean blue. And unlike before, when I reviewed this, it had no central armrest. Now they have. With pop-up cup holders. Very nice. It's quite a wide central armrest as well, so I'll cover that. And if you remember my old running joke, I didn't know how to operate the lights. There's a bit of a delay, but they're bright enough. So this is how you put them on both, or you can just open them and close them on one side. That's about here in the back. I will show you the boot. So this is the boot space of the BMW 318 iSport. I don't have the key. This still has the kick to open function. And what I said before in my first review of this car, boot space is actually 480 liters, not 450 liters. Apologies. So that means it's the same as the Alfa Romeo Giulia. But unlike the Alfa Romeo Giulia, as far as I remember only, doesn't have the storage spaces on the side. It can actually fit one of my bags here on the side. Also, space here is generous. There, that's all the way back already. And I didn't mention this before, there's a grocery hanger on this side only, on the left side. The 12-volt socket on the right side. It's quite hidden. I didn't even see that the first time. Also, the under storage is quite hard to open, as I remember. Underneath this floor is actually your battery. These are on run flats, by the way. There's no spare tire. Another party piece here in the back. You can actually fold the seats from here. Demo it. There. Luckily, I opened it. There's more. And there's also one on the other side. Also, you have an EWD here, just on top of the boot. So that's about it. I will show you the engine. Also, how you open the engine, I don't mention it that much, but you have to pull it twice. And also, it has gas strut, so you don't need the hood strut anymore. That's nice. So, powering the BMW 318 iSport, it's a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 156 horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque. I've driven it before. It's quite powerful. It's fast enough. Also, 0 to 100 kph is done in 8.4, 8.5 seconds. So, pretty peppy enough, okay? Somewhat similar to Volkswagen Lamando. There, of another competitor, Volkswagen Lamando. Well, it kinda competes in this class, kinda, but it's more of a 218 iSport competitor. So, with that, I'm excited again. Let's go for a drive. Also, this has the stroke-dependent suspension, which gives a more sportier and comfortable ride against the previous generation of 3 Series. It still gives a supple ride without upsetting the ride and composure in the corners. So, driving that BMW 318 iSport again, finally. And over this hump. I also never got to test the suspension and a bit of the handling when I was in Libis. I can drive it as long as I want, but not too long, of course. And yeah, same impressions as before. The steering is light. Almost too light for my liking, but if this is going to be your first premium car, this is going to be a very easy car to drive. And I'm in comfort mode. I will just leave it there for now. And over this hump. Yes, the suspension is firm, but it's no means an uncomfortable car. The tire noise is still present, but I'm not sure if it's as loud as the BMW 1Cs, the last BMW I drove here. And also brake are still the high bite, but it's not bad. It's not too bad. And here's the noisy part of the test route. Yeah, there is still tire noise, but it's not as loud as the BMW 1C. So NVH also is excellent. You can barely hear anything outside. And handling, for city driving, it's so easy to drive. And I will admit, sometimes when you suddenly floor the throttle, it is slightly jerky, only just slightly, but it's not too sudden. As an example only, look. There. Now let's go sport mode. Oh! Oh! Yeah, I've never floored it that much when I was in Libis. It's in sport mode, it's so responsive. And the gear changes are fast and smooth. Eco Pro hesitates a lot. The comfort just in between the two. Sport is the most responsive one. And my case still stands from my first review. The steering is somewhat too light. For my liking only, just for my liking. But from before, I don't know why, this has slightly more feel now. Because the roads there were kind of smooth. So in rough surface, I kind of tend to feel it a bit more now, which is good. Of course, it's not as good as the Alfa Romeo Giulia, which is the top daddy in the handling class. But this one is not far off, despite being this the base model only. Also, some things I missed from some of the BMW reviews. Some of the BMW reviews, the parking sensors are good. The reverse camera is super crisp. I will admit, sometimes the brakes are a bit annoying because the brake is so high. But for a sportier drive, yeah, it is good enough. But for city, it's just too high. Go into sport mode. And handling is so composed. There's barely hints of a body lean. Wow, it pulls so hard. I'm really impressed. Okay, let's do it. Since there's no one. Whoa! Okay. I'm in manual mode, still automatically upshifted. Anyway, so I got to finally experience full power. This is a fast car. Wow, this drives really good. I'm very impressed. It's a very good BMW. Best of the bunch I've driven so far? Probably. Also, I've seen a lot of this now in the roads. So it's gaining in popularity already. Can see why now. I wish most cars drive like this. Wow. Okay, let's try the other modes. The slowest one, Eco Pro. Oh, still responsive. As I said, not much between the driving modes, but of course, being me, I'll just leave it in sport mode. It's just much more engaging to drive. Of course, there are times it's sometimes jerky, but not too bad. It will not like suddenly lurch forward. It's just noticeable. Is it as good as the Alfa? It's right there. If I drive the 320i Sport, of course, that will be the main competitor. Since this is just the base model, of course, the Alfa is a bit more powerful or just a bit better. But for this 318i Sport trim, being the base model only, it's not far off. Wow, just wow. I'm still in awe how composed this ride is. The steering is a bit better than from what I remember. Yeah, is it the ultimate driving machine? Yeah, it is one of them. One more time. Wow. As I said, it's great to be back in Auto Alley BMW in EDSA Centris. I would like to thank Sir Miguel for allowing me to drive. It's been a while since I was here last June with the BMW 1 Series. So hope you guys like and subscribe. And hopefully we can get more BMWs like this. And I will see you with more future car reviews. Bye-bye.